Across the scorching African savanna, where hot winds sweep the grasslands and every glance is a battle for survival, one creature needs no introduction: the lion, the uncrowned king. But what happens when the king himself is cornered? When the prey rises and fights back with strength the world has never seen? In the wild, power is never permanent, and today we witness the moments when the hunter becomes the hunted. Not every prey runs. The African buffalo is a force that never backs down. Nearly 1 ton of muscle, bone, and fury, armed with horns sharp as a god's sickle, makes it a nightmare for any predator. When buffalo blood spills, the herd arrives, not to mourn, but to retaliate. One strike can launch a predator weighing nearly 400 pounds into the air. The weight gap only makes the battle more brutal. Every pounce is a gamble, and the buffalo does not forgive mistakes. It does not fight for fame or territory. It fights for each other. When one falls, the rest return. No roaring, no panic, only the sound of hooves shaking the earth. In that rising dust, no one sees when the lion retreats. Lions are fast, lions are strong, but buffalo are relentless. When attacked, they do not panic. They fight back, they stand, and if necessary, they die fighting. Survival does not belong to the one who strikes first, but to the one who refuses to fall. Sometimes it is one buffalo, alone surrounded by 3 lions. But with 1 second of balance, one perfect pivot, the prey turns into a warrior. Horns pierce, a living tank charges backward. One hit, and a lion flies, twisting in agony. Buffalo toughness comes not from claws, but from resolve. And that is why every lion's leap hides a silent fear. One buffalo is a match, a herd, a nightmare. When one is attacked, no signal is needed, no cries. The herd turns as one, 10, 20, 30 sets of eyes, 30 deadly horns, all fixed on the threat. Their hooves strike the ground like war drums. Their roars shake the air, not chaos, but instinct, coated in blood and survival. The buffalo herd is not a crowd, it is a formation. They do not rescue one, they defend all. When the herd charges, the lion is no longer a hunter, it is an invader. And nature does not forgive those who trespass against a warrior tribe. The lion retreats not from weakness, but because it knows. No one defeats a force that fears nothing. On the battlefield of the savannah, some creatures do not need to roar to strike fear. Their very presence is enough to make predators hesitate. The rhino is one of them, a mountain of fury wrapped in armor, weighing over 3 tons. Its horn is not curved, not decorative. It has one purpose only, to pierce anything that stands in its way. Lions are cautious. When they see a rhino, they do not see a meal. They see a moving boulder. And that boulder does not flinch, does not pause. It stands as a silent declaration. Step closer if you dare. When surrounded, the rhino makes no sound. It does not threaten, it turns, moves forward 1 step at a time, and if forced to respond, it charges. One charge is enough to shatter an entire formation. Its horn does more than wound, it breaks the enemy's confidence. In a land where every collision has consequences, where no one gets a second chance, the rhino does not justify its existence. It moves like a natural phenomenon, unquestioned, undeniable. The rhino acts in silence. It does not scream to claim space. It takes it quietly. One subtle swing of that horn can crack the earth, spill blood, and send a pride of lions scattering like dry leaves in a storm. Lions hunt in teams. They coordinate to bring down prey. But with a rhino, every tactic fails. Because the rhino is not just a fighter. It is a front line, and no blind spots, no gaps. When it advances, the world around it retreats. The rhino is the shape of rage buried deep, a quiet force that, when unleashed, shakes the savannah. And that is why any predator who mistakes it for easy prey has already made their final mistake. The lion is often praised as the king, but even the one who rules can become the prey. Not because the enemy is stronger, but because some creatures know how to wait. They wait for that perfect moment. The hyena, short in stature, with a laugh that cracks like rotting wood. But that sound is not foolish. It is the sound of strategy. Hyenas do not need a precise pounce. They do not rely on brute strength. They wait for when the lion slows, for when it exhales a little too hard, for when it strays from the pride. Unlike lions who attack with fury, hyenas attack with pressure. They circle, they confuse, they wear their enemy down, not with claws, but with relentless presence. A tightening ring, a silent siege. In the African night, you may hear laughter echo from all directions. Not one voice, not five, dozens. A warning that tonight, the hunter will run. There was a time when 30 hyenas surrounded 2 male lions. The laughter never stopped. There was no first blow, only the drowning weight of exhaustion and fear. Hyenas do not seek glory in a single strike. They grind down their enemies, like water carving stone. The lion does not fall from one fatal blow. It falls from 100 small tears, each one stealing pride, weakening spirit. Some lions flee, not out of fear, but because they know the battle is rigged. Others stay, but they never leave the same. In this world of fangs and shadows, the hyena represents a different kind of survival. Not flashy, just enduring. What makes them terrifying is not what one can do, but how the pack moves as a single, tireless machine. And so no matter how loud the lion roars, no matter how powerful it seems, there will come a time when it must retreat. Not from weakness, but because it met something that refuses to quit. Where the savannah ends and the river begins, no ruler is safe. Lions reign on land, crocodiles rule the water. But in between is the gray zone of blood and instinct. When lions cross rivers, they face more than currents. They face eyes beneath the surface, silent, deadly. Crocodiles do not chase, they wait. When the water stirs, when lion claws meet the river, death rises, one bite, and everything unravels. The jaws do not just grip, they drag down. In water, the lion loses advantage. Speed is useless. Claws mean nothing. Each step forward is a wager. But on land, roles reverse. The crocodile loses control. Lions regain their throne. Fast, coordinated, striking like living blades. The clash of two predators has no weak side, only room for error. Warthogs mean unimpressive name, awkward shape, but let a lion chase one and learn what speed and surprise really mean. No desperate run, no surrender. The warthog fights back, spins, strikes, tusks sharp as saws. Sometimes a lion limps away, cut too deep. The mother is fiercer. She does not flee, she charges. Not the fastest, but fearless enough to shatter the predator's will. Victory does not come from size, it comes from boldness. And in this savage world, warthogs prove a plain look can hide an unbreakable soul. The sable antelope, jet black, horns curve backward like the reaper's blade. It does not flee at the first sound. It turns, stares. When the lioness charges, she sees not prey, but a warrior. The counterattack comes from below, a chest strike, a backward toss. The lion steps back, not in fear, but in respect. In a world where flight is survival, some choose to stand and make the hunter hesitate. Not all antelopes are weak. Not all wins come from claws. The sable's horns were not made to impress. They were made to defy. They are forged over generations to stop those faster, stronger, crueler. The sable does not scream. It does not boast. It drives its horns straight into the heart of the fight. And when the lion lies lifeless, the sable walks away. Not proud, not decorated, just undefeated. The oryx, desert dweller. Horns straight as spears. It has no water, no shade, no crowd to blend into, but it needs nothing but itself. No herd, no unmatched speed, just calm and precision. When the lion strikes, the oryx watches, waits, then retaliates. It does not wound, it ends. Lions often avoid oryx, not out of fear, but caution. In a land of fire and famine, the oryx must be unbreakable. Every movement is read, every ambush anticipated. The oryx is not famous for power. It is known for not dying. It does not celebrate when the lion flees. It simply walks on, untouched by fear. Warthogs, stubby legs, big belly, but inside the fiercest heart. Lions see easy prey, but when they strike, they meet fury. Warthogs do not panic. They turn, they fight. No plan, no formation, just instinct, sharpened by survival. Those tusks, curved, deadly, draw blood on time. Lions know. Many have been ripped, gashed, limping from a warthog's wrath. One misstep, and the hunter bleeds. The mother, more terrifying. When her young are in danger, she charges. No hesitation, no signals. She does not match speed. She breaks the predator's rhythm. Some lions retreat, not from pain, but from her unrelenting rage. Victory is not born from size. It rises from courage. And in the wild, where laws are written in blood, the warthog stands as proof. A plain creature, unshaken, never kneeling. The lion, ruler of the savannah, does not always win. It has claws, fangs, speed, strategy, but it also has limits. And those limits are revealed when it meets a creature that does not back down. Buffalo, rhino, antelope, warthog, none stronger than the lion, but all strong enough to make it hesitate. Nature does not praise the powerful, it preserves the bold. When lions fail, it is not an ending. It is a reminder. Even the king stumbles. The top of the food chain is never guaranteed. It must be earned daily through blood and resolve. In the wild, there are no eternal crowns, no invincible beasts, only warriors, some small, some silent, but never broken.